Hero Academia. Hero Academia. Mikasa Ackerman, please welcome Trina Nishimura. And when Bryce gets here, we will bring him on up. He's running a little late, but he wins on the way. In the meantime, we hand out to your awesome moderator. Woo!
You guys can clap for me. That's okay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Hopefully Bryce is going to be joining us soon, but we're going to get things kicked off. Remember, if you have any questions, line up on the side, and we'll take you over here. Well, first, thank you guys for sitting and talking with me today. I always like to start off the same way. How did you get started? What was the first step on the path that ultimately brought you here today? Actually, voice acting, just acting in general?
Oh, sure.
You want to go?
You can go.
I'll be brief. I started acting when I was in 4th, 5th grade. You know, I really enjoyed it, had a great time. And then in high school, I found it again in a different way. It really rooted in me in a way I thought, I really want to do this. So I went to my parents. I wanted to go straight to LA. My parents were like, let's go to college for a year and see what you do.
You were going to play me.
Yeah, right. Ended up liking it. Anyway, I trained as an actor. I made some voiceover demos in undergrad, and then got an agent out of school and started auditioning for things. And got an audition for an anime, and yeah, I booked a lead role, my first gig out, and
Really?
Yeah.
What was your first gig?
Orphan, Sorcerer Stabber Orphan, a long time ago. Young sorcerer guys. It was fun. I had a blast, but that started my anime journey, and yeah, I've been doing it ever since.
That's beautiful.
And here we are.
And what school was it that you went to again?
I think it's an important one, if I'm not mistaken.
I did my undergrad at a school called Texas State, and then I had I have a grad degree from Yale.
That's a really hard, that acting program is incredibly challenging to get into, so challenging. And every time we're on a panel, I'm like, what school did you go to again? It's so amazing.
You make me say it. If not, when people ask me, I'm like, I went to school in New Haven. I don't want to do it.
It's so amazing. You should be really proud. I don't know if you guys know this, but you obviously know that he's an amazing actor, but he's a brilliant stage actor. If you ever have the opportunity to see this man on stage, you should. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's so talented. That's disgusting. I started acting when I was 9 years old with my local community theater in a small town called Amarillo, Texas. It's in the panhandle of Texas. West Texas, yes, sir. And then I started working professionally when I was 13, and I acted all through high school, and then both with community theater and other stuff. And then after I graduated from high school, my plan was to be go into law. I was going to be a grown-up and get a 401k. I didn't know what that was, but I knew I needed one. And so I was in college, and not at Yale. I was working a couple jobs, and I had an internship at a literary magazine, and I was going to school, and I was broke, because that's your job in college, is to be broke. I was so good at it, you guys. And a friend of mine who knew me from my hometown was like, hey, there's this place, and they're holding auditions for this stuff. It's a dub for anime, and I was like, no, Jimmy, I'm not doing that anymore. I need a 401k. Everybody knows that. And he was like, it pays. I was like, when's the audition? And I auditioned, and that was over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think is your biggest challenge in voicing something that was originally written in a different language and then bringing it into English? Sometimes things don't translate one-to-one. You guys run into that, or any kind of problems with kind of breaking the language barrier?
The really cool thing about a lot of all of the projects I've been incredibly fortunate to be part of, is that a lot of it is it's already done for us, right? So the property, like the film, or the images, the sound effects and the other stuff, the script come over, they're translated from Japanese to English, and then amazing writers like Emily Neves, I don't know if you know her or not, but amazing adaptive script writers will take that translation and adapt it into English so that not only the original intent of the material is brought through, but also so that whenever, oh my God, your Hanji is crazy! I'm sorry, I don't have any, right? Fan clap that, that's amazing! That's crazy! Sorry, I don't have it. Oh my God, sparkle squirrel! Yeah, so I'm very fortunate to have worked with so many amazing directors, producers, engineers that can also adjust things and move things around and wizard stuff. Yeah, so I don't really have that much of an issue, or I haven't in the past.
I don't think that, it's not really something, because of everything that Trina just mentioned, all the support, the artists and creators that are working on localizing it, basically, are so great at what they do. So we go in and just do our thing, and it seamlessly usually, works. The only thing I would say to your question, and I don't think this is something that I definitely don't think about this when I'm in the booth recording, but in different cultures, there are different styles of acting, across all kinds of different cultures. In theater, you learn about like kabuki style theater, and the Japanese theater is just unbelievable, but very different from ours here. Theater in the UK is different. So there will be times where, in certain shows, like Attack on Titan, where there is such an expectation, you want to make sure that you do those scenes justice, and we definitely use the Japanese, the original creators, as a template for that. So, but you kind of just seamlessly, we sort of just, part of the adaptation is just what we do that's a tiny bit different, but it's inspired by that performance. So there can be things there, but it's not really something that I really actively think about in a booth.
Hi, I'm Patty, big fan. I don't have a question, but I do have an announcement. He is an actor who's my work.
I'm glad I didn't crash. Freedom!
I mean, you are a minor character.
You crashed your band?
I did it, guys. I crashed my own piano. Yes. A couple people showed up to meet me, and I talk way too much. So yeah, I'm a little late. Sorry about that.
Dude, look at this Hanji.
Whoa.
That's legit.
Yeah, so
reactions like that, that's legit.
That's too legit. Too legit.
Too way, in fact, yeah.
Anybody? Yeah, I see why. I got two.
4 people in the room were around in the 90s, yeah.
Hey, you don't know that reference.
You know that reference?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how old are you again?
12.
I'm about to turn 13, Trina. My voice is aging the wrong direction.
It's a weird Benjamin Button type of thing.
It is actually.
Oh, I'm gonna make fun of you for that.
I'm so
It's
excited.
too legit to quit.
I do do this.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to hog up all the questions, but I think we should start throwing it to you guys. Let's hear some of your questions.
Ooh. Okay, we won't spoil it.
We're not spoiling.
Yeah, if I accidentally say a spoiler, like just throw one of the chairs at me. Like,
Nice. One of those panels, huh?
Right, no old card.
Yeah.
We got
You got it.
Hi, I'm a big fan, and I was just wondering what scene was the most difficult for you to record in Attack on Titan?
What scene was the most difficult for us to record? I mean, there's a number of them that were pretty challenging on my side. But I guess there are a handful that stand out. I think like the most emotional scene, like the hardest one for me, it's in an episode called Scream, funny enough. And Trina and I I were actually together right before I recorded this episode. We were at a convention on a panel, and she had already recorded her side of the scene. You guys might not know this, but it's one person at a time in the booth. So even though we're talking to each other, we're not in the booth at the same time. Eren has these really rough emotions. He just witnessed someone he really cares about die right in front of him in a terrible way. Spoiler, sorry. And he's laughing and crying and going through this really strange emotion. And my method through the entire series was to feel what Eren was feeling. So in season 1, when he bites his hand, I bit my hand so hard I left bruises. So I wanted all of that pain and all of that suffering to live with me. And I was really fortunate to work with a cast that was so incredible, with a director like Mike McFarland and castmates like these guys that, help you go to those dark places. So I was on this panel with Trina just before I recorded, and she was like, oh, it's gonna be so tough next week. And it was. I left the booth feeling that pain for quite some time, and it wasn't until Trina actually pulled me out of that funk, very similar to how Mikasa kind of pulls Eren back into reality, that I was truly myself again. So yeah, if you go back and watch that scene, just know I'm suffering with Eren too.
I think the toughest scene that I recorded, actually, by show of hands, who has finished Attack on Titan?
Whoa.
Okay, by show of hands,
who?
Okay, by show of hands, who has not finished the show? Okay. By show of hands, who has never seen Attack on Titan? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for you guys, it's like a lighthearted comedy. Yes. So if you need a little pick-me-up, just start Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's just like slice of life, there's a bakery, it's amazing.
Couple magical girls. Easy breezy.
It's gonna be a great day.
So in order to not spoil anything for those people that have not seen it or have not finished, I would say for me, the most challenging scene that I recorded was the very final scene that I recorded. Agree with me.
It's the end of season 2, I won't be specific about it, but Bertholdt has been kind of, detained. I'll use that word.
Detained?
It's confusing enough that it's not a spoiler.
And he's pretty emotional and he's kind of pleading and it was a really so it's hard to answer the question because there are different, certain things are hard in different ways. Like something can be technically hard, vocally hard, emotionally hard. This one was just sort of the struggle of the character in general of here's who he is, here's what he believes, or at least that's what his actions say, but also the humanity of it. And so it was just it's the scene when some of my friends who are actors that don't voice act and don't know anything about it, if I ever want to tell them, hey, this is part of what I do, I show them that scene. I'm proud of that scene, everyone's working it, and so, yeah. It was challenging for the fact that it was so complicated, his worldview, and so yeah, to get into that and live in that was tricky.
Thank you for your question, and you look beautiful today.
I was just gonna say I love your boots.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's purple.
And sparkly
What if we got matching freaking boots? If I got you a pair of boots, would you wear them?
I think
All of a sudden you're sparkling away.
I just blind every audience.
Okay, I know people are recording this. I'm getting you the boots.
Hey everybody.
I'm excited.
Hello.
Hey Bryce, I've been following you and I know that your dad, Bob, was also an actor as well.
He was, yeah.
And, and I remember, it's so crazy to think that you started once on the show called Green, and now look at your being Kirito, Inosuke, Eren, and Rinokumura, which I'm also watching Kyoto Saga, who actually just thought you now.
Thank you.
And for Trina, I also remember you as Mari in Evangelion, and also to Mizume, who fight Blair in Soul Eater. Everybody remembers that. So, And David, I have another question for you. About this drug called Hopna.
Say that again? Yeah.
You were Dr.
Dr.
Skinner
Skinner.
on Lazarus. How was that feeling to be on a Shintaro Watanabe show for you? And for Bryce, my question for you is, from a show like, how did you get become one of the more well-known voice actors when it came to Sword Art Online and Blue Exorcist and Demon Slayer and all the Aniplex shows, basically?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. It was a great opportunity to be able to be in that. The art style,
The music always is
the music. It was, you really only see him in some of those, in the opening at least, on the big screen where he's kind of giving this report. So it was weird to be like sort of this villain, but kind of an absent villain in a way, you know what I mean? He's there and then he pops up, but the whole action of the story is around this drug that he's created and what it's done to people, and so it was powerful, but kind of disjointed in a way, which pays off in the end.
It gets better.
No spoilers, but
It's weak at first, but it gets better as time goes on.
Sure.
Gets the reveals.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
And my question was, how did I find myself in all of these awesome shows? I don't know. If I knew the answer, I would work more than I do now.
People say that Kirito's a Gary Stu. I think he's great.
I love Sword Art Online. I try to bring something personal to every single role. And with Kirito, all of the lines that he says to Asuna are like I'm talking to my wife. So hopefully that comes through as authentic and real. If you're asking why I've done this, you mentioned my dad. My drive was really to carry on the torch for him. I didn't think I was going to.
I remember he was MD on Tenshinmuyo GXP as well as Captain Blue on Beautiful Joe.
He was incredible. He was awesome, larger than life. And, I thought I was going to go to law school. And I had the opportunity to...
Whoa, what?
Yeah, right? That's a great idea. That's a great plan. I went to UCLA. I studied political science and philosophy. I've always grown up around acting and voice acting, but I saw the ups and downs of both parents as actors and thought, I'm never doing that. And here I am. But I studied political science and philosophy, was about to take the LSAT, and then I booked a job and booked another one, and thought, wow, I have the opportunity to kind of lean into this a bit. And when I lost my pops, I really leaned in as hard as I could, and haven't looked back.
You have to tell the story about how you started, because we told ours. But
Yes. So, my dad was working on a show called Power Rangers when I was 8. You guys seen that one? Yeah. He played Rito Revolta, the skeleton dude in the show, a bunch of the monsters, and I used to love to watch him work. And at the end of one of his sessions, they needed a kid's voice, and he was like, he's a kid, and that's how I started. Random guy on Power Rangers.
I love that. Thank you.
I actually did have a follow-up question to that, because you said you come from the front and the back.
Before I head down, I just want to say happy early birthday to Trina.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for your question.
Was it like an opposite of every other actor situation where you want to be an actor and your parents you should be a lawyer? Or were they you should be an actor?
No, they were not like, you should be an actor. They were like, you see what this is? Because at these events, you really do see the success that actors have. I'm so fortunate for my lot in this world. But what you don't see is the graveyard of failures. And there are so many. Our outboxes, and I know it's all of us, are so many opportunities that we weren't cast as.
Oh my God.
Really, our job is driving to Disneyland. You're just stuck in traffic forever. But any day you get to work on these shows, it's like you're at Disneyland. It is so incredibly fun, and that's what keeps me in traffic all the time.
But most of the time, you never make it to Disney.
Yes. Most of the time, you're your car has no wheels.
Gridlock for days, months, years.
So true, so true.
Graveyard, a graveyard.
Yes, a graveyard of failures. But if you keep crawling your way, you eventually make it to Disneyland, and all that hard work is worth it. It's true. There you go.
Next question.
Hello, my name's Nick, and I wanted to ask, I was going to say, as all of us know, but like now with the poll, it's as most of us know, Attack on Titan takes its characters on a huge external and internal journey throughout the whole show. How do you keep up with that in the booth? Because obviously season 1 Mikasa, season 1 Eren, season 1 Bertholdt is very different from season 4 versions of those characters.
It was really easy for me to keep up in season 4.
Sorry. So what's really awesome about, it is an excellent question. What's really awesome and what we were all incredibly fortunate about, and what the whole cast was super fortunate to have, is an amazing leader in our director, Mike McFarland. So what he was able to do is to get all of the information and do tons and tons of research before he even held auditions. Not everybody, did this, but Mike did specifically ask myself and Bryce at the beginning, at the onset of the show, to not read ahead, not look ahead, and not watch anything. And then other actors that he worked with, like Jesse James Greeley, he told her, hey, you can watch ahead. You should read ahead because you're also the narrator. Yeah. So luckily, for me at least, I completely trusted Mike's vision and completely trusted that I was in good hands, because not only had I worked with him before, but also he creates environments where you can go to really dark places, you can be very vulnerable, and know that you're safe in that feeling, even if it's hard to come back from. But yeah, that's how I kept the continuity and the changes in my brain.
He was really strategic with details also.
Yeah.
There's a particular scene where they're around a table. Eren holds his hand up like this for some reason. And he's saying some pretty terrible things. And I didn't understand why he was saying these things. And the direction from Mike was, make your words hurt them. And they did. And now I understand why. But at that point, all I knew was, this should hurt.
But Mike is such a great director, and that's a perfect example. He gave an active, something you can pursue. And so, even if you don't know the full weight of what that means, you can do that thing really specifically. Just to piggyback, Mike is one of those directors where you just trust him, and so it's really easy because he's going to guide you in the way that is best for the story. I forgot what the original question was. What was the question?
A continuity of character.
Oh, yeah, I think too, in combination with the director, for me, if I'm truthful and authentic and in the right spot for each scene, then that journey will almost in a way take care of itself, along with being guided by the director. You can't do it without that. But so yeah, that's my thing. Is if I'm truthful in that moment, and the next moment, and the next moment, then season 1 Bertolt will be a lot better than season 4 Bertolt. It'll be right. It'll be right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next question.
Oh my gosh.
Now I can see all the details. I can't see far at all. Wow, that's awesome.
My question is, if you had to take a character from another show that you voice acted to become a scout, which one of those characters would it be and why?
He knows it, I love it. He killed all the time. He's the only one that would enjoy himself in that world. Shall you make you flesh?
feel like they would have been much better off if,
You're okay with that?
yeah, no, it's good. Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah, we're fine. Thank you.
Inosuke comes near and microphones break.
I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Oh, never
I
mind.
don't know what my answer was. Do you have an answer?
I don't have an answer that's better than your notes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, frankly, I don't know. Like, if you're like, oh, like, who would die in episode 1? Like, I got a laundry list.
Don't worry, guys. I'll kill extra titans for you.
Yeah.
You have one?
I might put Ken Masters from Street Fighter 6 in there.
Yeah.
Just so he'd be like, why are these people running away? What the hell's happening?
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Any crossover like that would be fun.
Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, yeah.
Dedicate your heart.
Actually, I had a somewhat related question. What is the feeling the first time you see someone cosplaying as one of your characters? Does it take you by surprise, or you just like, wow, you can't believe it?
The first time we ever saw it?
Yeah,
The very first time you saw someone cosplaying as one of your characters.
I don't remember the first time.
I don't really remember, but it's a gratitude. It's just like I'm just flooded with gratitude and like, oh my God, they care enough about it to try and embody it, which is really, and the creativity of it is always shocking.
Yeah.
Most of the time, also, we see our first cosplayers before we're announced as the role. So you like go up and you're like, wow, that's really interesting cosplay. What show are you cosplaying from? And you know every detail about the cosplay. And you're like, that looks awesome. I gotta watch that one. And then they find out you're the character. They're like, how dare you? It's great.
Our apologies to the panel and the audience, but unfortunately I have been sent to Bryce, your time has come.
I gotta run, guys. Thank you, everybody. I need to make sure I yell at everyone who was waiting in line out there.
Do it.
I just have to run back to my line.
Oh,
Yes, they are going to eject me from the convention center if I don't go faster. Again, I'm very good at talking a lot. You know you can have my microphone. Thanks, everybody.
We actually voted Bryce out of the interview.
What's your question, Lovey?
Hi, my name is Viola, and my question is, if you could be any character from the show, who would you be?
If you could be any character from the show, who would you be?
Oh gosh. Rhina.
Rhino. I mean,
For some reasons that I can't say.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, does Rob really have that hard of a job?
Come on. Yeah. Let's switch.
Let's switch. Crazy. I initially, so when you auditioned for, back then, when you auditioned for the show, you would audition in person. Did you audition in person?
Yes.
Yeah. So typically, back then, they would ask you to read for 3 different characters. So when I went into audition, I read for the characters that I was like, the save for Armin is a female, so they were also reading females. So I read for Armin, and then I read for Sasha, because in her character description it says loves potatoes, and I freaking love potatoes. Far too much. I could tell you all the ways that I love potatoes. So I read for Sasha, and then I asked Mike who he would like me to read for as my third, and he said Mikasa. I was like, okay, like I'm gonna get that. But I did, and then I really
Thanks for
wanted.
throwing me a bone.
But I read for Sasha because I was like, oh, I want to be her. I want to be the food girl. That sounds awesome. So I would want to be. Well, I want to be Sasha. You don't remember it?
I think I might have not auditioned for this.
I don't think you did.
I think Mike just offered it to me. Honestly, I really do.
Thousands of people across the nation auditioned for this. David's like, yeah, I just got it.
I think.
I think you did too.
I think that's true.
Because I don't think there was a Bertolt side.
Which is like, you know, awesome, but also I get to read for those other people.
Also
true. You know?
Also
Yeah,
true.
no,
If you
okay.
could be somebody else, who would you want to be?
Levi? No, I don't know. I can't take anyone's role. I don't know.
Listen, I want to be Levi. Come on.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, right?
Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We're running out of time. We've still got enough for a few questions, so I'll apologize in advance if we don't get to your question. I know there's a lot of you waiting.
Oh, amazing.
Hello. Hi. You look great.
Thank you. I know you said what the most emotional scene for you was, but in like any season of Attack on Titan, what was the most emotional line that you said?
See you later, Eren.
I think my most emotional line would, I have a most emotional line, but it is a little bit of a spoiler, so instead I will do this line, which is,
You want compassion? Move on. You want fair? Tough shit. Time's wasted. Pick a side, Krista. Eren or the bitch I'm gonna kill!
I really wish I would have watched you when I said that. Or the bitch I'm gonna kill. Do you have a favorite line?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it right now, but yeah, I think one of the most emotional is from that scene I was talking about, and he's sort of pleading, and it's something like this. You think this is what we aspire to be?
Whoa! Thank you so much.
Also, Big likes to just get a roll on Friday.
And guys, can we give a quick round of applause for this amazing so awesome, thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Marcus. I wanted to ask, if you could have any Titan power in real life, which one would you want?
So you can have any type of power, but you die after how many years? I think I'd want to be the armored Titan.
Yeah,
The armored Titan's pretty rad.
That's my choice too. That's always my choice.
The armored Titan's so cool, but like the Warhammer Titan design,
Yeah.
sick. Did not get enough screen time.
Right.
Who would you want? What shifter power would you want?
I'd pick the Jaw Titan, honestly.
Oh.
That's cool,
Like,
yeah.
I think there's mobility.
Yeah.
Right.
To break anything.
Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty good.
That's valid, yeah.
That is too legit.
Gonna make it happen. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna make
happen.
it happen. You guys Google it. Ask your parents. Hi, you look amazing.
Thank you. We actually met like last year at MetroCon. I was dressed up as a female Titan. You told me to come back on Sunday because I would have dressed as her so that you could see me in her cosplay. And now I'm gonna be actually emerges from the Titan.
Oh my
Amazing.
gosh, that's so
That is
cool.
amazing.
But my question is, since Attack on Titan can be very dark and sentimental, is there any scene that you took part in, or that even if you didn't, that you found humorous and that you had fun with?
Well, I don't know what that laugh was.
The death throw of Woody Woodpecker.
Humorous. Anything that we found humorous.
All of Attack on Titan Junior High.
Hey! Sasha passed gas. That was pretty funny. I think that is her only funny yuck line. Like season 1, that's it. The rest of the time,
I don't know. Her talking to Shawtas. What? I don't know. Her talking to Shawtas in the line.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I find Bertholdt's non-lines humorous. Like, if you go back and watch it, you'll be like, what the hell is he doing standing in the background over there? You just see him there and you're like, this is weird. It's funny, you know? There's one that's was funny to me that is kind of an iconic moment that I can't really talk about because I don't want to spoil it.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
I feel like Bertolt like just perpetually looked like he had like just pooped himself. Like he's constantly standing around like
He's a little wide-eyed.
yeah, it's like, oh no.
It's like, I hope no one smells that.
Yeah, like,
I'm fine. This
We got time for one last question.
Come on.
You're it. Make it a good one.
Sorry guys, come to our tables now.
So sorry. But you all look amazing. Yes.
Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you all for being here today. David, you recently got to meet, I think her name was Winry Hall, with the birthmark.
Yes.
How was that moment for you? Or what is another fan interaction that you've had where you really got to experience like the impact you've had on someone's life?
I mean, I feel like that happens a lot for us, you know, and it's the power of the stories, the power of getting to be a part of them and the characters that we play in those stories. The best thing for me about this is when I come to conventions, I get to hear what people think about any of the stuff that I've been in, or how it's impacted them, what it means to them, what it did for them at a particular time in their life. It's the greatest thing ever, you know. You really I don't think about that kind of stuff on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Even sometimes I leave here and I have to remind myself that, oh yeah, this was great. Like that was a great thing, you know. That interaction, I don't even know. We don't even have enough time to talk about it, but it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was lovely. The whole entire family. I got to meet them and hang out with them a little bit and just.
Well, you have to tell, because some people might not know.
Yeah, so there's a little girl that has a birthmark that is almost identical to Shoujo Todoroki's. As far as it's on a different side, but the shape of it, all of it. It's a rare birthmark. Her mom made a video of her finding in a Target or Walmart a Todoroki plushie. And she says this line about, he has a birthmark like me. And that thing got like 40 million views or something. And so much so that Yuki Kaji, who is the seiyuu for Eren, as well as Shoto, and Horikoshi, the creator of My Hero, made a video about it. The fact that they responded to it just showed you the reach of it. Anyway, so it kind of worked out that they were going to be in Raleigh and I was going to be there, and so that video went viral. I commented on it. I woke up one morning and I had like 325 TikTok notifications, and I was like, okay, this is either really good or really bad. Yeah, I was like, this is scary, and opening the app, and it was everyone tagging me in that video. And so, yeah, I made a video about it, and then it happened, and it was an amazing thing, you know? You almost feel like you're just along for the ride. I'm a part of it in some way, but it's bigger than me, and you know what I mean? But just the fact that she could see herself in a character, and she's not seen the anime, or, you know, the parents, she's 4 years old, you know, they've shown her clips of things, but yeah, it was an amazing moment. I mean, and if you watch the video, you can see that in my body language as well. It's hard for me to even watch it because it was a vulnerable moment, you know, and with 3 cameras, you know what I mean? So it was amazing. It was amazing.
There's so many things about this gig that look glamorous, and there's so many things that, you know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, anime wasn't respected as an art or as a genre as it is now, and that is largely because of people like you guys. Because you watch the shows and you watch the dubs and you respond and you see something in these characters that you relate to or in these stories. But what I love about anime is that it really, I feel like it is a kind of genre, not gonna brag, get it together, Nishimura. It's a genre where people can experience and view some really hard truths about humanity and society and you know, the world, and it allows you to be sad. My partner was diagnosed with leukemia in October of 2020, and he's doing well. We did about 5 years of chemo. Thank you. Thank you. But I have been vocal about our journey because it has been really hard. And a young woman who was in her teens came up to me and told me that she too had leukemia and had been going through treatment, and that had heard that, you know, I also had a family member, and so Attack on Titan became her comfort show. And there is a line that's said by Mikasa and by Eren in different variables, but like if you want to live, you have to fight. And it's just such a beautiful show, and we're just so fortunate that we get to share these stories with people or these characters with kids that they can see themselves in or relate to in some way. And it's a thing that I never thought I would be a part of, and it's something that when I was 19 and auditioned for the first time, I didn't ever know that that would be my life. And I'm so grateful and so honored that you guys are willing to be vulnerable and that you're willing to share your stories with us. And I'm just grateful.
Unfortunately, all the time we have, this flew by.
Thank you guys for coming.
Big round of applause, everybody. And that's how you're going to take that one.